Next on Startup, we head to Nashville, Tennessee to meet with Susan and Rowan, two passionate entrepreneurs who started MillarRich, a company that provides meaningful differences to individuals with intellectual disabilities. Then we head to Asheville, North Carolina to meet with Lauren and Matt, a highly educated and business-savvy married couple who created ZAPOW, an art gallery with a twist that's drawing national attention. All of this and more is next on Startup.
It all starts with an idea, and everyone has them. In the world of business, where you choose to take your idea determines where your idea will take you. Baker College is proud to support Startup and those who dare to share their ideas with the world.
The American small business was built on one thing: relationships. And every time a customer walks through the door, a new one begins. Pay Anywhere was built to help entrepreneurs do what they do best. So keep loving what you do. Just get paid for it. Pay Anywhere.
The Chevrolet Volt, an everyday electric car with gas for longer trips. The nature of things to come. Chevrolet, find new roads.
American Express is proud to support Startup and the millions of small businesses that put in the hard work to be open for business in neighborhoods across the country.
My name is Gary Brado, and I'm a documentary filmmaker and an entrepreneur. The economy is in less than perfect shape, and when the jobs go away, there's nothing left to do but get up and get creative. And there are people all over America doing just that. It's estimated that up to 85% of new businesses fail. So I'm going coast to coast to hear the personal stories of the people who beat the odds and started a successful business from the ground up. This is Startup.
I'm on Battery Park Avenue in Asheville, North Carolina. And we're going to go talk to Matt and Lauren, who created ZAPOW, an illustration and narrative art gallery. Now, after a few attempts at corporate America, Matt and Lauren decided that they wanted to take their career back into their own hands. Let's go hear their story. Pop art emerged in the United States in the late 1950s. And the artists believed that everyday objects found in homes or anywhere else are valid subjects for the artwork. To quote the famous pop artist Andy Warhol, art is anything you can get away with. Lauren was simply fed up with being let go from several corporate jobs. And with the support and vision of her husband Matt, they decided to see what they could get away with and take their future into their own hands. Let's start off by telling us who you are and a little bit about your individual background.
Okay, well, I'm Lauren Patton, and this is my husband, Matt Johnson. And my background is, before I started ZAPOW, I had 14 years of experience as an illustrator and designer. And it was the third time that I got laid off. I was like, I'm tired of working for other people. I think I can do better on my own.
And I worked in large market radio for about 8 years as a DJ. For CBS Radio in Charlotte, and basically got phased out by computers. So I decided to go back to my alma mater and get a second degree in computer information systems, and now I have a background in software testing and software development.
Are you both Asheville natives? How did you meet? How long have you been married?
We met on Match.com, actually, online.
Right.
In its early days.
10 years ago?
Yes, so it was the early days.
So you're on a Commodore 64,
yeah,
you're typing, the little balloon went across the screen, and then you saw a picture of Lauren. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What was the inception? What was the aha moment of doing this?
Well, for doing this, the nice thing about the last layoff was that they gave me 6 months notice. They told me—
That's big.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they were fine with me using that 6 months. I was still working as the art director for the software company, but I was also writing the business plan for ZAPOW.
You have a name, did you have a logo? Let's go back to the actual inception and creation of the business.
The name was a lot me.
In his opinion.
Well, one of the things
it's very visual. When you hear ZAPOW, I think of the old Batman, like,
exactly.
pow! Like,
We wanted it to be an action thing, and the two-syllable thing was something that was really important for both of us.
Yeah.
Because memories are short, URLs are short. Nothing's more obnoxious to me than a business that I can't remember their name.
Oh yeah. So you came together on the name.
Yes.
ZAPOW, you decided on it. How about logo?
Oh, well, that was me.
That is all Lauren.
Okay. Go figure. Leave it to the artist to design the logo.
Right.
Next, was it the website, or what came next after the logo? The name? Did you file an LLC? Obviously.
We did.
Right.
Yeah, we're a C corporation. I had just finished my master's the spring beforehand in fine arts and interdisciplinary arts, and I really wanted to learn about business accounting. But I did not want to go get another master's because I was like, student debt, I've got it. But
right.
So I realized that if I became an H&R Block tax person, they would pay me to learn how to do business taxes and then pay me to do other businesses' taxes for a season.
So you made a kind of a willy-nilly, just shot in the dark decision. No research at all.
She didn't go sun up to sundown researching it or anything.
Wow. Okay, so now you have the business in place. How did the website come about?
We actually couldn't get our .com, and I had to purchase the .com from somebody who was squatting on it. But let me tell you, the best $200 bucks.
200
bucks. They
Not
wanted
bad.
900. I was like, look, what are you going to do with this domain? I'm the only one who's
Like,
going to
come on, man.
We're going to do 200 and you're going to take it. And they were like, okay.
You made an offer they couldn't refuse.
Right. So we secured the domain, and we secured all of the other domains. So we got a .net, a .org, a .us, just to make sure that we secured our brand.
Did you get ZAPOW and ZAPPOW?
And dashes, yes. We got all the permeations
all
we
the
could
things,
think of.
all the things.
Yeah, because misspellings, people have to understand how important that is to do. Because
Yeah.
that could be the difference between a customer and losing a customer.
Right. And once we got that back end and everything kind of squared away, we basically set Lauren loose on designing the website.
Roy Lichtenstein's pop art piece titled Woman with Flowered Hat sold for an astonishing $56.1 million. Let's dig deep into location, just so we can paint a picture for other entrepreneurs out there.
Shoe leather. Shoe leather, I mean, like,
Yeah,
literally.
we walked all over downtown looking for different places.
Okay.
What were the hotbeds of, business, and what were regarding our budget? Did we want to spend more money on better location or more money on marketing and advertising?
Which one did you decide
We
on?
chose on location.
Well, we'll get into Mountain BizWorks now because it's not completely self-funded. You needed money to start this business.
Right, we did.
How much were you going after in your business plan?
20,000.
20,000, manageable.
Yeah.
Not bad. Explain what Mountain BizWorks is.
Mountain BizWorks is kind of a start to finish business incubator. I mean, they when we were looking to start our business, we went to classes with them. They taught us a lot about here's how you can be successful, and a lot of the classes that we went to were taught by successful business people, small business owners in Asheville.
How has it been dealing with these folks? How are they doing so far? What's it been like to see this baby grow up over the past 2.5 years?
Well, I guess it's been a couple months since I've been in, and they, every time I come in here, the place looks better. They have been a real success from day one.
So what'd you do with the money? You got the 20 grand, you found the space. Did you come in, sign the lease, and...
We signed the lease and we worked with contractors to build out these walls. Matt and I designed the wall layout and everything in InDesign, and actually in Illustrator, and I would show Matt, okay, so this is
Well,
what
I
I'm
came up
thinking.
with the concept of the layout, but we did. Sometimes she remembers details incorrectly.
People that did it were really great, but they came in and initially they were going to keep costs down. It was going to be 8 feet tall ceilings. As you can see now, they're 6 feet, and
there's a fire code.
So they had built out everything at 8 feet.
Did you get the knock on the door?
No, then they went and they came in and they were like, oh my gosh. So they had to, at their expense, then cut down the walls to 6 feet.
6 feet, yeah.
It wasn't our fault, they were supposed to, and they were great. We had contracts for all the things.
Take me back in time to that first month, 3 months, 6 months of flipping that sign over to open.
Not sleeping? No.
We were open 6 or 7 days a week at the time.
Yeah.
And it was just us.
It was just, yeah.
And I'm also working a full-time job on top of it. So she's, really chugging through it on the weekdays, and then I was doing it on the weekends a lot, and it was a lot of sweat.
And when we first opened, part of that sort of overachiever thing, I was like, we will be open all the time. So
24-hour gallery.
Well, because we wanted to see, our goal was to figure out which were our peak hours. And one of the things we found were that we saw some of the largest original paintings between 9 and 10 o'clock on Friday and Saturday nights.
Really?
Yeah.
We have large windows in the front we're lit up like a Christmas tree,
Yeah.
and people are after dinner,
Let's
they've had
go
some
there.
drinks,
Right.
they're walking back to
And
their
it's
car.
like, well, I was walking through the gallery.
Right.
Why not? Unlike previous 20th century art styles such as Cubism and Surrealism, pop art didn't really need explaining to the masses. The art relies on isolating the material from its original context to draw in other concepts for personal reflection. How'd you get all this stuff? It's filled with beautiful art, and tell me what your model is with curating, and how do you get this stuff?
I'm an artist, and so I already knew a lot of artists. And then it grew, and then word of mouth. And then like my biggest first job was finding artists. Like last year, I checked this with our accountant. We sent $153,000 to artists in the last 12 months.
Oh my gosh. So is this consignment? All consignment
We're
art?
a membership gallery, so artists rent their space and then they keep a percentage of their proceeds. So they keep 85%.
I think I was one of the first artists in here. I definitely came in right when they opened. And I'm really glad that I had the chance to come in here when they opened because it was a huge learning experience for me.
How important is it for an artist to have a place like this to display in your hometown?
It's exactly what I need.
What does it mean for an artist like yourself to be in a place like this, or for your city to even have a business like Zappow?
It's amazing. It's a venue, it's a community forum, it's a teaching facility. There's a lot of people, both newer than me, starting out in a different space than me, or lifetime working artists, and we're all in here in the mix together, learning and teaching and growing and laughing.
A lot of people are going to watch this segment and maybe want to start a gallery or just start their own business, might be anything. What advice would you give to them?
I mean, it's like really boring and basic to say, but business plan. Like, I mean, really have a solid business plan.
So it's super important business plan.
Absolutely.
Plan out everything.
Plan out, you know, and really look at the numbers. Oh, by the way, I have a present for you.
For me?
For you.
I would love a present. Oh no.
They told me I could do this.
Oh wow.
So see
That
now,
is awesome.
you have your very own startup.
That is
fat-
incredible. That's got to go in the studio.
Yeah, so now you
I'm
have
so
your very
flattered.
own startup fat Pegasus.
Thank you so much for your time
Thank
today. I
you
really
so
appreciate it. And
much. Thank you.
the painting,
Yay.
best gift I've ever received from an entrepreneur, bar none. So there are a million ways to start a business, but how did Lauren and Matt do it? Let's find out. They started with around $1,000 in the bank and a credit score of 675. They spent around $20,000 to open the business, which they acquired through putting up their home as collateral on a loan. In their first year, they turned a profit of $186,000. And the two words that they said best describes what it takes to make it in business is planning and determination. When starting a business, it's important to canvass the area to find the perfect location. And you need to be able to paint a clear picture when you draw up your business plan. Sometimes the art of being an entrepreneur is simply your ability to see the big picture. For more information, log on to our website and click the link for Zappow.
In terms of balance, I think it's something that everyone struggles with, whether they're, female or male. I think everyone is looking for balance, and I think I've just come to this idea that balance doesn't really exist, and that we have to really, instead of thinking about, family and career, we have to try to kind of bring them together and realize that you can find ways to interconnect them. So when I think about the times when my life is a little bit out of balance, I realize that there's a greater purpose to that. And so, I hope that my children can appreciate that and respect that and see that as being, a life of being a role model.
Next time on Startup, we head to St. Louis, Missouri to talk to Corey and Jason, two serial entrepreneurs who created Strange Donuts, a unique donut shop that's encouraging St. Louis residents to stay strange. Then we swing by Asheville, North Carolina to talk to Evan, a Chinese medical practitioner who started Silverleaf, an herbal pharmacy and acupuncture studio that encourages people to achieve a more natural, holistic lifestyle. Be sure to join us next time on Startup.
That's another option for you.
Okay.
See, this might be a little bit more your color.
This one fits perfect. Oh, it feels good too.
Like it was made for you.
I feel very free.
Rowan? So I know we're on opposite sides of the fence, but why do you always gotta balk about what you do, huh?
American Express is proud to support startup and the millions of small businesses that put in the hard work to be open for business in neighborhoods across the country.
The Chevrolet Volt, an everyday electric car with gas for longer trips. The nature of things to come. Chevrolet, find new roads.
The American small business was built on one thing: relationships. And every time a customer walks through the door, a new one begins. Pay Anywhere was built to help entrepreneurs do what they do best. So keep loving what you do. Just get paid for it. Pay Anywhere.
It all starts with an idea, and everyone has them. In the world of business, where you choose to take your idea determines where your idea will take you. Baker College is proud to support startup and those who dare to share their ideas with the world.